1, 2, 3, come on!
Good morning, students. This is PK sir, your chemistry sir, welcoming you. Class 9, chapter Matter in Our Surrounding. This is the last part of the chapter. This is the last video of the chapter. And before this, we have discussed many things, many concepts, many definitions, which are very important before watching this part. Okay, so I request you all to watch, to click the previous parts which are available in I button. You can see them, you can make your own notes by watching them. Okay, that will be helpful for you in your final exam for your revision purpose also. Today we are going to start a small topic, sublimation. What is the meaning of sublimation? Generally, students, you know that when a solid is heated upon, it gets converted into liquid generally, and then again if you further heat, then it becomes gas. Okay, that is the simple general trend. What is that? When you heat a solid, it becomes liquid, and again if you heat, then it becomes gas. This is the normal trend or general trend, heat, and then here also heat. Okay, this is the normal trend. Now if any substance is there that gets converted from solid to gas directly without getting liquid state, or from gaseous phase or gaseous state to solid state without getting converted into liquid state, that process is called sublimation. So the definition of sublimation is important for you. So the first definition, what is sublimation? The process in which a solid substance gets converted into liquid state without getting the process in which a solid substance gets converted into liquid state, into gaseous state. Into gas state or gaseous state without getting liquid state. The process in which a solid substance gets converted into gaseous state without getting liquid state is known as sublimation. And the substance which show this property, that substance is called sublimate. The substance which show this property, that is called sublimate. Okay, now at least one example you should know, for your knowledge. Okay, that what is the name of any substance which show sublimation property. Okay, so the example that is very well known example is camphor. Camphor, which is used in that god worship in Hindu mythology. Camphor. So if you put, there are some what you call that, this type tablets or pellets are present in available in market. From general item shop you can purchase it. Now what you see, if you put that camphor in open area, in open space, then after 1 or 2 days you will find that the size of that pellets has decreased. Now why, what is the reason? Because camphor is a sublimate. Camphor is a sublimate and it shows the property of sublimation, in which it will get from, this is solid state, so it will get from solid substance, solid state to gaseous state without getting liquid. Okay, so this is the case of sublimation. Next, look here, just 1 minute, let me explain in detail. Suppose you have one ice cube, okay, and you put that ice cube on your palm. You put that ice cube on your palm, what you see? After some time, 1 minute, 2 minutes, surely that ice will melt down. Okay, and you will find liquid, that is water. You will find water on your palm. It means ice, the state of, physical state of ice is solid and it is getting converted into liquid state, that is water. But in this case also we are putting solid substance, that is camphor, but that camphor is not getting converted into liquid state, means we are not able to see the liquid state of camphor. Okay, it is directly getting converted into gaseous state. Okay, even though we cannot see the gaseous state also, because the time which is taken by this camphor to become gaseous state is more, that is why we cannot experience this phenomenon. Okay, camphor is one example. The next example is ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride. The formula of ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. NH4Cl. Okay, ammonium chloride, and the common name of ammonium chloride is Nausadar. That is the common name. That is the common name of ammonium chloride. So these are some examples of substances which show the property of sublimation. Okay, one more example you can add here, that is solid iodine. Solid iodine, and then etc. Okay, so these are some examples of sublimation. Okay, next, so in the last video we discussed about the effect of temperature on change of matter. Next,
1.4.2 change of pressure. Our last topic was change in physical state or change in state. Okay, how we can change the state of matter. Okay, and in that topic we were discussing about the two factors which affect this change of state or transformation of state. Okay, so the first topic, the first factor was temperature, and now the second factor is pressure. Okay, first of all, what is the meaning of pressure? Pressure means what? Pressure is a type of force. Pressure is a type of force. Okay, we are surrounded by a huge pressure. And that pressure is because of atmosphere, gases present in the atmosphere. Okay, now what is the unit of pressure? Generally, the pressure is expressed in atmospheric unit. Okay, so the normal pressure at sea level means what? When you reach there at sea, okay, nearby sea, then there the maximum amount, there the amount of pressure which is exerted by this atmospheric gases, that is 1 atm. Okay, atm means 1 atm, that is atmospheric unit. 1 atm means what? 1 atmospheric unit. Okay, so this is the amount of pressure of this is the amount of pressure which is expressed in atmospheric unit, 1 atm at sea level. Okay, mean sea level. Now change of pressure. What is the concept of change of pressure? For this we need one cylinder. In that cylinder one gas is there, and one piston is there. Okay, one piston is there. What is this? Piston, and this is a gas. It may be any gas. Okay, we are not saying any specific gas. It is any gas you can say. Okay, gas is kept in a cylinder. Okay, now this is the case first. Okay, now what is the thing? What is the important thing which makes the solid? This is solid, this is liquid, and this is gas. The distance between the particles of matter. Look here, what am I saying? The distance between the particles of matter. Okay, so if the distance between particles is comparatively less, take care, this is a comparative case. Okay, so the minimum distance is present in the solid, means the minimum distance is present between the particles of solid. Second, intermediate, that is for liquid, and maximum distance is present between the particles of gases. Okay, now in the case first, this is the normal condition. This is the normal condition. Now in second case, what we are doing? The same cylinder. We are not going to change the cylinder. Okay, everything should be same. Nothing should be changed. Only cylinder is the same. I think by mistake it is.
Next condition. Look here. The particles has collected in a small area now. In a small area. Look here, earlier this was the area in which particles were present, means a larger area for particles, but in this case the area has decreased, the area or the volume has decreased. Now these particles are still there, but the distance between the particles is minimized. If you still, this is case second, if you still apply more pressure, more force, what will happen? A state will arrive in which the particles of gas will become liquid. Okay, the particles of gas will become liquid. Okay, so this is the way by which we can change, this is the way by which we can also change the state of matter. Also I am saying why I am giving more pressure, emphasizing on the word also, because earlier we have discussed about the effect of temperature. So by change in temperature also we can change the state of matter. So the second parameter, second factor is pressure. Okay, so with the help of change of pressure also we can change the state of matter. It was gas, now it is liquid state. It is liquid state, and if you apply more force on this piston, then again this will come, the particles will come more closer. Okay, in that way that liquid state also get converted into solid state. Okay, gaseous state, liquid state, and in the third case it will become solid state. Okay, but for that we need huge amount of pressure. Okay, now what is the use of this concept, of this process in our daily life? In our daily life there are two words very common to us, CNG and LPG. CNG, what is CNG? Full form of CNG I am not going to say. All of you write down, you note it down in the what you call that comment section, that what is the meaning of CNG and what is the meaning of LPG. Okay, you write down in the comment section CNG, what is the full form of CNG and what is the full form of LPG. Okay, now what is the important application of this phenomenon? Okay, all of we are using gas, LPG gas in our home for cooking purpose. That gas is available in the form of cylinders. All of you know the cylinders, gas cylinder, LPG cylinders, which we are using in our home for cooking purpose. That gas, if you try to shake, although that is heavy, but if you are strong enough, then you can take that cylinder in your hands and try to shake. Okay, you will see that it seems that some liquid is filled inside the cylinder. That liquid is moving. Okay, that liquid is moving, but in fact that is not the liquid, that is gas. Name is LPG. I am not telling that full form of LPG. Okay, so in place of liquid inside the cylinder there is no liquid, that is gas that is filled at high pressure along with the help of this piston. Okay, so if we are applying more pressure, then the gas particles will come closer and then it will form liquid state. Okay, so that is LPG. Next CNG. So nowadays most of the automobiles, most of the vehicles are using this CNG for being environmental friendly. Okay, this produces less toxic gases, less toxic substances into the atmosphere. That is why they are good for environment. That is why they are called environmental friendly. Okay, so the same thing here also. If you have seen, some cylinders are there in the car, in the buses, they are using in the form of cylinder gas, that is also gas filled at high pressure. So CNG and LPG are the two application of this factor, that is change of pressure. Okay, so far we have discussed two things, that is change of pressure, change of temperature. Now one important conclusion, shall we write it in the form of note? In the form of note, and this note is very important. This is called 3-star note. This is called 3-star note. Okay, what is that 3-star note? At high pressure, at high pressure, that is HP, at high pressure and low temperature, at high pressure and low temperature. Low temperature means LT. At a high pressure and low temperature, a gas can be liquefied. At high pressure and low temperature, a gas can be liquefied. This is the important observation which you have discussed so far. Okay, yes, so the next is unit 1.5, evaporation. Next unit is evaporation. This is very common thing. This is a very common phenomenon. Okay, this is a very common phenomenon, and we are using this common phenomenon knowingly or unknowingly. That is, another thing. Okay, in our daily life, in our day-to-day life, we are using the application of this phenomenon. Okay, now let me explain you first the examples of this phenomenon. Okay, see, clothes, after washing clothes, we used to put them outside for drying up, and after some time, after few hours, you see that clothes are dried up. Why? Next example, if you put some amount of petrol or diesel on your palm, or you can also use that nail removal, especially girls know that nail remover which is used to remove the nail polish. Okay, that is nail paint, nail remover, that is used to remove this one. So if you put some drops of that nail polish remover or petrol or diesel on your palm, what you observe, what you feel that your palm is feeling cool. Okay, that is also because of this evaporation. Okay, now what is the meaning of evaporation? Generally we know that the particles in matter are moving constantly, means always they are moving. Okay, now the quantity of that movement or the speed of that movement is different in 3 states. In solid it is minimum, in solid the movement of particles is minimum. Okay, and in liquid more than solid but less than gaseous state. Okay, but in case of gaseous, the particles are moving with a great speed, okay, they are constantly moving from one place to another place. Okay, so if particle is moving, if any object is moving, surely we can consider one energy is associated with that particle or object, and that energy is called kinetic energy. That energy is called kinetic energy. Okay, now let me explain this phenomenon. This is a container. In this container I have taken one liquid, say water, and this is kept in open area, Suppose you just mark here, this is the level of water. Okay, this is the level of water. Just to make a mark and on the rim of that container. After few days, say 2 or 3 or 4 days, 5 days, you again check this mark of level. Okay, you will see that the level of water in this container, you have kept this container along with water in open area. Okay, after some time, what you see, after few days, what you see, the level of water in that container has decreased. Why so? What did happen in this container? The concept, the phenomenon again behind this is also evaporation. So that's all for the examples. Now let us come to the definition part. Okay, now in the previous unit, in the previous topics we discussed, there are 2 factors which affect the change of state of matter, temperature and pressure. Okay, we are talking about here the effect of temperature. Okay, so if you want to convert a solid into liquid, you can increase the temperature or you can heat it up. it will get converted into liquid. If you want to change the state of liquid into gaseous state, simply again you need to heat it. Okay, so that is, we are heating the liquid to get it converted into gas. But in nature the process of evaporation is taking place simultaneously. Okay, it is taking place at all temperature. First important thing is what? That the process of evaporation takes place at all temperatures automatically. Okay, so whenever a liquid is kept uncovered, it should not be covered, it is uncovered. That is why I am using open area. Okay, then the process evaporation take place. Okay, what is the definition? The process by which a liquid is convert the process into gas or vapor. The process by which a liquid is converted into gas or vapor at all temperatures. At all temperatures is called evaporation. The process by which a liquid is converted into gaseous state. The process by which a liquid is converted into gaseous state or vapor state at all temperatures. Okay, now when we are saying at all temperatures, then here we are not talking about a boiling point, because we know that boiling point surely that liquid will get converted into gaseous state. So we are not talking about a boiling temperature, but it should be all below the boiling temperatures. At all temperatures, you can add here below BP. You can add here below BP. So what is the definition now? The process by which a liquid is converted into gas or vapor state at all temperature below boiling point is known as or is called evaporation. This is the definition. Okay, and this is the case, this is the phenomenon which is associated with all the examples which we discussed earlier of our day-to-day life. Okay, now next important thing, what are the factors which affect evaporations? So the next topic, see 1.5.1 is factors. Factors affecting evaporation. First one is surface area. Now how it affects? See, when you wash your clothes and then you put those washed clothes or those clean clothes in the open area, okay, and on that hanging wire you used to generally spread them. Okay, you used to spread them. Why? Because by spreading you are increasing the surface area of that cloth. Okay, and if more area is open to atmosphere, then what will happen? Easily the process of evaporation take place fastly. Okay, so if you increase the surface area, the evaporation will take place faster. Okay, second point, speed of wind. Very common thing, I think all of you have observed this one in your daily life. Speed of wind, how affect the process, the phenomenon of evaporation. If in a windy day, if a wind is blowing fastly, then you observe that the clothes are getting dried up fastly. So this is the factor which affect the evaporation. Simply, third one, temperature. How does temperature affect evaporation? Simply, if the day is sunny, or sunlight is good, okay, then you will see that the time which is taken by your clothes to get dried up is less. Simply, on the opposite side, if there are so much clouds or it is a cloudy day, then what you observe, that the time taken by the clothes to get dried up is more. So this is the effect of temperature. If there is more temperature, or that is more atmospheric temperature or surrounding temperature. If the surrounding temperature is more, then the time taken for drying up will be lesser, or the process of evaporation will take place faster, at a fast rate. Number 4, humidity. Number 4, humidity. Now what is humidity? Simple definition of humidity is the water vapor or the water content present in the atmosphere. The water vapor or water content present in atmosphere, that is called humidity. Okay, you will learn more about this humidity in higher classes. Types of humidity or many things are there. Okay, so what is the meaning, or how does humidity affect the process evaporation? Okay, look, humidity means water content present in the air. Means water is, if already present in more amount in the air, then the capacity to absorb the water from our that liquid surface, this surface will be less. Okay, the tendency of air to catch or to absorb that gaseous state from this container or from our clothes will be less. Okay, so you see, generally in rainy season, the time taken to get dried up by our clothes is very much. Okay, even sometime you see that you are putting your clothes outside for getting drying up, and 2 or 3 days it is taking. So this is because of humidity, because during rainy season in atmosphere the amount of water in the air is increased, that is why. So this is the fourth factor which affect the process of evaporation. So what you have to learn, that is the definition of evaporation, what is evaporation, definition, and then what are the factors. Okay, what are the factors which affect this process. Next, there are 2 questions. Although these questions are based on the application part of evaporation. Okay. Yes. So the next is one question that why do we wear cotton clothes in summer? Question is why do we wear cotton clothes in the summer? Question is this: why do we wear the cotton clothes in summer? Or simply you can say, why do we not wear woolen clothes in summer? Okay. The reason for this concept, the reason for this is evaporation. Okay. Now what happens during summer season? What happens? Outside surrounding temperature is more. Even in some areas of our country it reaches up to 45 degree Celsius. In some areas, some regions of our country, the surrounding temperature or the temperature is reached up to 45 degree Celsius, and the increased temperature is not good for our body system, because our body temperature is almost 37 degrees Celsius. Now outside temperature is 45 and our body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Now how our body will survive in this temperature, 45 degree temperature? So in our body one mechanism is there, and that mechanism is called sweating. In which, what is sweating, what is perspiration? We perspire more during summer because the outside temperature is more. So what is the use of this perspiration or sweating? During summer our body starts releasing more amount of water in form of sweat, and when this sweat comes on the body surface, it takes some heat from our body, and then it starts vaporizing. Okay, means it will become water steam, and then it will get entry into the atmosphere. In this way the body temperature will decrease, or we will feel cooling effect. Now the question is that why do we wear cotton cloth? The important thing is that cotton is a good absorber of water. You can check it. You just take some amount of cotton and then you put it in the water. You will see that this cotton will absorb a good amount of water. Okay, so this cotton is a good absorbent of water. So during the summer when we are sweating more, and if our cloth is made up of cotton, then that cotton will absorb more amount of water. Okay, in this way we need less energy, or it will keep us cool. Okay, so that is why we prefer cotton cloths during summer. Okay, so this is the idea, this is the logic, this is the scientific fact behind this question. Okay. Next already we have discussed that why do we see some water droplets on the outer surface of any glass tumbler containing ice cubes inside it. This is glass container in which we have filled ice cubes, ice pieces. Okay, this is the container, this is the glass tumbler in which ice is filled inside. Okay, after some time what you see, you observe that here on the surface of glass tumbler, on the surface of glass tumbler, some water vapors have got collected. Why this happens? Okay, why this happens? Because that humidity, already we discussed that water vapor or water present in the atmosphere, okay, when it comes in contact with this glass tumbler, then it will change its state from water vapor into liquid, and then it will get collected over the surface of glass tumbler. Okay, this is the opposite process of evaporation. Yes, water vapor into liquid state. What is the name of this process? What is the name of this process? It is called condensation. Okay, so this is the reason behind this one. After this, in your textbook, one box is there. In that box, two more physical states of matter is discussed. The three states which are very common to us is solid, liquid, gas. Okay, we know about these three states very well because we have discussed in this chapter. But in the textbook, some two more definitions, two more states of matter have been discussed. Fourth one is plasma. And the fifth one is BEC. Fourth one is plasma and the fifth one is BEC. What is plasma? What is BEC? Plasma means what? See, third state of matter is gas. Now, when you are passing the gaseous molecules in an electric field, what am I saying? Although it is little tough or difficult to understand, but just I am trying to giving you just some basic idea. Okay, when you are passing a gas in an electrical area, electrical field, then the particles or the gaseous molecules will get charged. Okay, and they will form ions. So ionized gaseous particles form another state of matter that is called plasma. Nowadays plasma TVs are very common. Okay, nowadays plasma TVs are very common. So this is those TVs are based on this state, plasma. PEC. What is the full form of BC? That is important for you. Okay, what is the full form? Bose, B for Bose, E for Einstein, and C for condensate. Bose, Einstein, condensate. This is the fifth state of matter. Okay. Now, how this is obtained, or this BEC? First of all, Bose, that is Indian scientist Satyendra Nath Bose, Dr. Satyendra Nath Bose. First of all, he performed some calculations, some work on the fifth state of matter. Then Albert Einstein, the great scientist, physicist, he calculated also, and he gave another work on this one, and then this word Bose-Einstein condensate came into existence. Okay, so it is not difficult. Simply, when gaseous molecules are pressed under at low density, what am I saying? When gaseous molecules are cooled at very low density to super temperature, then the state BEC is obtained. Okay, you don't worry about the details or about the understanding of these states. Just these are for the introduction part only. Okay, no need to worry about the details or the explanation of this one. Okay, so if someone asks you at this level, class 9th, then what are the states of matter? You cannot say now 3 states, you should say 5 states. Okay, 3 very common, everybody know. 4th and 5th one from class 9th onwards, you know. Okay, so 4th one is plasma, 5th one is condensate. So this is the end of the chapter. Now for doubts and problems of this chapter, you type your problem in comment section. What am I saying? For your doubts, problems, questions of this chapter, you text your problem in comment section. If there are many problems, if there are many comments, then I will make a separate video, a separate class for problem solving session. Okay, as a problem solving session. So let us see. So this is the end of the video, and keep revising the chapter. Okay, wait for the next chapter and take care till then. Bye bye.